And so, yeah, there she goes running off into the woods, dressed in nothing but her underwear. Looking, I mean, honestly, and everybody kind of knew she was slutty as fuck, but she's running clear away from the bonfire, and I'm just screaming at her, honey, don't worry. Even though the virgin's dead, we still have a black guy. And yeah, that was the last I saw her. Oh fuck! Hey, hey guys, how's it going? That was my fucking horror movie plot right there. It's kind of like boilerplate. Y'all know how it works.
It
You
sounded
get
very
yourself
original. Very original.
it
What's up,
really
everybody?
no, it really is. Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Like, it's your boy Joss Whedon here. Just got back from fucking a woman who wasn't my wife. Made a great horror movie in the meantime. Co-host here is not making a Jonathan Davis joke. It's Jeff Holiday, of course. Welcome to YouTube Saints Movie Edition. We're going to try something new tonight. Rather than actually bore the fuck out of you with a bunch of news items that you're already sick of, we decided, hey, we've got a guest tonight who's going to be engaged in the cinema world. Somebody who really likes movies, likes talking about movies, knows how to talk about movies. And so this is movie fucking night. Yeah. It's everything short of the rabbit room you get when you're in the Discord. And God help you if you ever have to go through that. So,
or if I get control of it.
Yeah, Jeff's doing good. You can tell because of the sunglasses and the down tempo demeanor he's got.
Yep, absolutely. That usually means that I am 100% sunburnt and hungover as fuck.
Now he did actually. It was a fun thing. Apparently, he got himself another Me Too moment, and he got a bit of a Weinstein moment when he was at a party. What? Oh, I'm sorry. No, he got a bit of a Joss Whedon moment. Fair?
Okay. I didn't have the Joss Whedon moment. It was more okay. I don't even know how to set that up necessarily.
No, you weren't Joss Whedon in that case. You were
right.
Like you were what he was thinking guy. Of. Yeah, you were the other guy in the case of Joss.
I don't know. I don't remember what the fuck happened with Joss Whedon. What happened with Joss Whedon?
He cheated on his wife.
Oh, okay. So she was the Joss Whedon,
exactly. If I say that you get a Harvey Weinstein moment, I'm not saying that you're casting couching somebody. Yeah. No, right. What I'm saying is that like you were cast couched. Dr. Phil.
Okay.
How was he, by the way?
That's fair. Yeah, I was just happy and drunk, laying on the fucking trampoline while the music's blasting like crazy, and this really pretty girl, for some reason, seemed to have something overtake her, and she tackled me and like curled up against me, and I'm like, hello, hi, and then she like seemed to come of awareness like something was going on, so she jumped up, she took off, and I was like, I hope she's okay. So I got up and I walked over, and she was furiously making out with, I guess, her boyfriend. And I was like,
oh wait, so okay, I'm sorry, that was neither a Whedon nor a Weinstein moment, was it? That was an instance in which, well, she just had a tragic misapprehension. It's like when you're 3 or 4 years old and you just grab hold of some shopping cart while you're walking along. You say, "I love you, Mom." Mm-hmm. It's one of mistaken identity. Okay, so it's Jeff was the Manchurian candidate in this sense.
I didn't look anything like the guy. Not at all. I think she was having a hysterical paroxysm. That's what I think.
Oh, please tell me more.
Hysterical paroxysm was like a medical diagnosis that the best way to treat it back in the day was for the doctor to furiously masturbate you.
That was we like to say medicine has come so far, but right. I mean, did we abandon that practice, or is that still at least considered homeopathy? Because
no, we don't medically jerk people off anymore. Horses.
Well, listen, I'll say it for the record. I medically jerk off almost every day. So I mean, it's a medical necessity. It's like you jump into the shower, you clean you clean the exterior of your body, but then you got to clean the pipes out. And basically, that was I guess coming full circle. That's ultimately what this young lady was going through.
Ooh, Rhino says I self-medicate. So if you masturbate yourself, then are you self-medicating? Like that sounds about right for me.
I don't even think it's a question at this point. I mean, I just said like it's a medical thing. I'm not doing it because it's fun. I'm doing it because it's necessary. It's a medical necessity. It's just proper hygiene. Keep the pipes clean, lads. That's and right. Ladies, all your pipes, keep them clean. So, welcome again to movie night. We're not actually going to be going and watching anything on Pornhub or eFucked. No. This isn't the Discord. This is YouTube. This is YouTube where such things don't exist.
That's right.
Yeah, you can only get away with horrible shit if you're about 24 with frosted blonde hair. So, catch us next week. By the way, this This episode of YouTube Saints brought to you by Manic Panic. Make that shit any color you want.
Why is it brought to them by Manic Panic? Why?
Because it's the fucking first thing I thought of. Okay.
I swear to
God.
God.
I mean, does anybody here know of, like, you know, off the top of their heads, like, oh yeah, I know the company. If you want to turn into the real Slim Shady overnight, I know the company. No. Yeah. Yeah. They sell nothing but wife beaters and hair bleach.
All right. So our first movie-related news article, and
news, still news.
I also want to give a real quick shout out before we get into it as well. What's his name? He's a wonderful dude. Franman781 has been designing some new transition animations for the show, and they look amazing. But I haven't programmed them in yet. So
fun.
Yeah, they're pretty neat looking. So soon we'll have different transition wipes for midweek and for Sunday show. So I'm excited about that. New Star Wars 9 working title revealed. What does it mean? If I can find my shit right here.
With the production of Star Wars 9 only a month away, are you excited, guys? I know I am. The next installment of the Star Wars saga has received a new working title. While this will not be the actual title of the movie, when it releases in theaters, it will be the title for Episode 9 when it is in production. Okay, so for those who don't know, actually, the working title, it's kind of the production company name. And actually, especially if they're filming in locations that are not where it's based out of, what they'll do is they'll establish a sort of an LLC or a corporation in that location, and they'll call it whatever the working title is, because it's a temporary company that's working. It's actually escaped me now. I remember the working title for Django Unchained was something really weird.
Well, yeah, the original Star Wars is known as Blue Harvest.
Oh no! Blue Harvest, as we'll find out in this article, is actually the working title of Return of the Jedi.
Oh, really? Was it? Okay.
Yep. And Star Killer episode. Well, we'll get to it. According to Fantha Tracks, who accurately reported every previous Star Wars working title since The Force Awakens, episode 9. Oh, sorry. The Force Awakens. Episode 9's working title has been changed to Trixie. And the thinking behind this, Trixie. The original working title was reported to be Black Diamond, Operation Black Diamond, because, you know, everybody wants their Star Wars movies to be produced as though they were levels in a Metal Gear Solid game.
That's pretty good.
But that title is apparently no longer in effect. Why this title changed remains a mystery, and was most likely just a reference to just a preference by director J.J. Abrams. The fun thing about Star Wars movies, especially with Star Wars 9, is a little Easter egg for the big Star Wars fans out there, and also for the Lost fans. J.J. Abrams will actually abandon this film 2/3 of the way through, and will leave it up to a staff of writers hired off Craigslist, no less, to finish the production out. And so you're welcome. John Locke takes a knife to the back from one of the elves from one of the Hobbit movies.
It's probably still going to be better than The Last Jedi.
Honest question, by the way, and I want to see it in the chat. Which was worse, Paul Feig's Ghostbusters or The Last Jedi? Anyway, moving on. Typically, a movie will create a working title so that people who see the set don't get too excited and try to bombard the movie's production. Ha! It's like I know what I'm talking about. For example, people passing by the set of The Avengers would have tried to get onto the set to get a glimpse of the Marvel stars. However, when they pass a set that's titled Group Hug, which was actually the working title for The Avengers, apparently,
I would absolutely not watch a movie called Group Hug.
I would fucking try and jump onto the set thinking I need a hug. It's been a rough day. But all the same. You just bomb, and then all of a sudden, like, you got Robert Downey Jr. and like 5 PAs looking at you like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Yeah. They most likely won't get excited, blah, blah, blah. Now, the working title Trixie probably isn't too significant, as Trixie doesn't sound like the name of anyone we would expect to see in a Star Wars universe, provided that it was handled correctly by. Oh, sorry, no, I was making that up. It is more than likely just an attempt to use the Roman numeral IX in the working title, while the rest of the name likely bears no significance. Now, the article keeps going on. Some of the interesting things I found, though, right?
Mhm.
So, and this is a bit of Star Wars nerdery here, Star Wars lore. The on the nose working title for A New Hope, Episode 4, the first real Star Wars movie, was actually Star Killer Episode 1 Star Wars.
Okay.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Starkiller was originally supposed to be the surname of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
Skywalker
yeah.
was an afterthought, and Starkiller was the first one. However, Starkiller was in one case in canon, and I believe what was the game? The Old Republic, I think, or the New Republic. Oh, fuck, I'm terrible with this, but the Star Wars games. One of the Star Wars games, you played this like badass dude who dual wielded lightsabers, right?
Okay.
And his name was Starkiller, and he's regarded as one of the most lethal Force users in the Star Wars canon, which is obnoxiously huge if you're not familiar, between the novels, the comics, the cartoons, even some fanfic theory shit has like turned into canon. But that was supposed to be Starkiller, and then later we got Starkiller Base, which was this amazingly original like notion of a super weapon. It was great.
Right.
I really liked that. Yeah,
when instead of just killing one planet, we can kill multiple with one shot.
Yeah,
totally
it was one
original.
of these. Yeah, and not even to rip off Red Letter Media here, but they were dead on, because I thought the same thing. Like, lightsabers, I know lightsabers. Oh my God, TIE fighters, I'm familiar with them. And then wow,
80.
Yeah, it's the funny thing about the Star Wars films I've been finding is that when you go on with them, it keeps getting to be this thing where it's like, okay, I saw it, that was decent, and I've gotten to a point now, like if I go and see episode 9 and I walk out of the theater saying, that was decent, that was a fun film, I know for a fact at this point that in 6 months I will think it's fucking garbage because I've had enough time to actually think about what the movie was.
That's what happened to me too. That's what happened to me with The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. I was like, that was a good movie, that was pretty fun. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, how do bombs fall with gravity in space?
It kind of, well, it does kind of make you wonder if maybe, like, you know, if this whole production title thing, this working credit thing, I mean, do you think maybe Trixie's like a Denny's waitress they hired to help write this thing, so that the planning on JJ bailing on it?
I wouldn't put it past the movie industry, not for one fucking minute, man. Honestly, I really wouldn't.
Given the nature of these Disney franchises, I for one am really fucking looking forward to seeing Captain America finally defeat Voldemort with a lightsaber battle on Tatooine, because reference. So,
Jay Caesar donated admission 1. The load is great. Oh dear. Ben Mills, fuck last week, but love you, my dudes. All right, man. Rimshi, Fran Man is skilled. He made the transitions for the YouTube Saints pre-show, so we know he does good work. Excellent. Excellent. I'm looking forward to playing with those new transitions quite a bit. I think it's going to look really good. Super cool. It works with like the set that we have. The curtains come down and shit. It's really cool.
I have yet to see one thing especially fan created for this show, which isn't fucking. In fact, I dare say almost everything, with the exception of thumbnails and the show itself, has been actually created by the fans of the show.
Yeah.
Fuck, the show itself was created by the fans of the show, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
I don't know how that works.
Suck it, JJ. That's how it works. You embrace it, fan base. You don't shit all over it. And Paul Feig, looking at you too, dickhead. It's movie night. We got to be movie critics.
I guess so. What is going on with this shit?
You're in the perfect fucking mood for it too.
Me? Oh my God! Don't even get me a fucking start right now. No, absolutely no. Why does this one friend in particular? I have one friend in particular. Every time I do a live show, he tries to call me. Every time.
because he wants to be on the show.
He's probably calling me to be like, "Are you okay? You were pretty rough last night." Yes.
No, you know what? He's just concerned about your career, Jeff. He's just like he's gonna call you up every week and be like, hey, dude, just make sure you're doing the show. Are you doing the show? All right, cool. Good.
That might be why. Yeah.
You should do the show, man. No, he's looking out for you, bro.
I guess so.
You can't put a price on that kind of friendship.
It's nice of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but Streamlabs is not popping up our super chats. It's very strange. That's really, really strange. We got Big Mike says, stop sending super chats. Google takes 30% of your money. Do a Patreon pledge. Mike, we don't have a Patreon for the show.
I do. Sorry. I do. Wait, what?
Mysterious Senior Hitler, I want to nerd out via super chats about how to improve The Force Awakens, but I don't have nearly enough money to that, nor does anyone actually care.
Disney didn't have enough money to make that movie work.
Yeah, agreed. Fucking agreed, man. Oh my god. All right, so this is actually.
I need to ask this though, and I asked this on Twitter, and it's been pissing me off. Why in the same act that we're told and acknowledge and had acknowledged that Luke has completely cut himself off from the Force, when he gets into a stick fight with Rey and he falls down, he's able to do the Force stop thing? What?
That's a good point.
That's bad storytelling. For fuck's sake.
The whole movie was bad storytelling. Like, I saw a bunch of people people said that Ghostbusters was worse than The Last Jedi. I disagree. Ghostbusters is actually still competently written. It was still competently written. It wasn't full of nothing but a bunch of fuck-ups.
Written?
Whatever.
They relied like 70% on actor fucking improv. And
I know, I understand, but they weren't like full of nothing but a bunch of fuck-ups. Like, everybody fucks up constantly in The Last Jedi.
Oh, you're saying in terms of... Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, in that case, yeah, like literally everybody is a failure in that.
Mm-hmm. Literally everybody fails, and I mean everybody. Everybody fails. Not one person does anything that actually works, except for the douchebag who
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro. He's the only one who actually competently does anything in the whole fucking movie.
Yep. That was
It's terrible.
And the worst part is the character was terrible and unnecessary, and you didn't need him. But it got to a point where, like, show me more of that guy. He seemed interesting, unlike the rest of this fucking film. Yeah, so it's just funny though, because like we're 6 months on now from when that shit was released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're 6 months out from when that film was released, and this is how you know a film is terrible, when it takes people this long to really get a grasp of how bad it fucking was.
All right. Well, anyway,
and now we're supposed to be excited about this new one. But
I know. This next news article. This is really important to me, actually. So this is important. Bill and Ted 3 reportedly begins filming in January of 2019. Long teased sequel Bill and Ted Face the Music is reportedly set to begin filming in January of 2019, with both Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter returning. The prospect of a third Bill and Ted movie has been out there for almost a decade at this point, with Reeves indicating that a script was in development way back in 2010. He's made similar statements about a threequel possibly happening many times in the years since, but it wasn't until May 2018 that it became finally official. He's never been shy about proclaiming his affection for Bill and Ted franchise, despite going on to become an A-list star in the decades since he last journeyed through the time with George Carlin's Rufus. It's a refreshing attitude to be certain, as many big Hollywood names grow to become embarrassed of the often sillier projects they took on earlier in their careers. While it's safe to say that Reeves returning is an essential component of Bill and Ted 3, it also can't be understated just how important Winter is to the equation, despite not exactly seeing his own career skyrocket after the last two films, which is true.
I was just thinking, do you think like the working title, the production title for this film is Alex Winter's behind on his car payments?
Oh no, that's so mean. That's so.
Hey, no,
mean.
I know it is. He did that really awesome movie Freaks.
Freaked.
You remember that?
It's Freaked.
Freaked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. With the Jamaican eyeballs. That was my favorite part of that movie, honestly.
Right.
The Jamaican eyeballs. I. Not even I could write something that
That was a really bad movie.
Wonderfully. Oh, it was wonderfully bad.
It is great, but it is so bad.
No, I mean, it was when like it was like we're gonna do camp and we're gonna do camp and comedy, but we're gonna do them both way too much, and it's gonna be awesome, and it fucking was. If you haven't seen Freaked, maybe some millennial, who never had HBO in the '90s and didn't have a summer vacation without friends.
I think it was on Cinemax all the time. I don't think it was on HBO. I don't think HBO would touch Freaked. I'm sorry. I don't think so.
HBO touched Freaked in like the early, if not mid 90s. I remember that because Cinemax and Showtime, all of a sudden, it felt like the premium thing when I got it in addition to HBO.
Right. So the reason why I'm excited about this one, I'm usually very vocal about how much I hate remakes or reboots or like picking it up for nostalgia. Like they're gonna redo or they're gonna like make a sequel to Top Gun, and I'm like, fuck, why? Shut the fuck up. No, please don't. But this is different because it's kind of like they were saying, it's a sillier older project that Keanu used to be part of. He's a huge fucking star now. He's gonna get him and Alex Winters back for an extremely tongue-in-cheek movie, and I think that you can actually do a reboot, or not a reboot, but like old men going back to their younger shit.
This isn't a reboot or any of that.
Right, it's just a sequel.
Yeah, it's another sequel.
But it's a nostalgia sequel. Like they're pulling something out of retirement to do it. Well,
I'll say this much: if this film comes out and doesn't suck, and we get a Wayne's World sequel, right? I don't know how I'm going to feel about the world anymore.
I would be totally fine with them never touching Wayne's World again.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, at this point,
I don't know. Actually, that might be kind of goddamn funny. That could maybe work.
We find like they're like what is it, like Garth's working at like the last remaining Radio Shack in the United States, and Wayne is he's an AM drive time shock jock, maybe. You know?
I was thinking he'd be a used car salesman or something.
No, he's a fucking YouTuber. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, no, Garth is working at like the fucking CERN lab, and Wayne is a fucking YouTuber.
Okay, that would be pretty goddamn funny.
Mike Myers, I know you watch the show.
Oh, he's a huge fan. Huge fan.
Call me. Yeah. Right? I mean, it's a thing that needs to happen because I could honestly write that script in a week and a half. In fact, if you want to see me write that script in a week and a half, you know what to do. I'll fucking do it. I seriously will. I will hack a copy of Final Cut, or I will just download fucking Trelby, and I will write that goddamn movie. I will watch Wayne's World, actually.
Look, I've got six unopened bottles of NyQuil right next to me. I'm ready to write this fucking thing. Let's get crazy. All right. Anyway, so yeah, there's not really much more to that story.
Oh shit! Wait a second, Jeff. Wait, hang on.
What?
Is the YouTube Saints just Wayne's World in real life?
Kinda. I just realized my baby.
Party on, Jeff?
Party on, Nick. I don't want to do this.
No.
Okay, anyway. Rotten Beast. Praise Doug, for he is our Lord and Savior. Rimshi, Nick, what would...
It actually hurts, but I think it's just gas.
Nick, what would the plot of the YouTube Saints movie be? Also, this goes against a death shot. Thank you.
I love a bidding war. The plot of a YouTube Saints movie, it would probably have to be something like the Tenacious D movie, where it like because there is no defined plot to begin with, you just have to come up with one.
Mm-hmm.
My thinking is that in spite of online projections, assumptions, beliefs as to what would happen, Jeff develops serious liver cirrhosis before I do, and I have And while he's in hospital, I have no choice but to go out on the road to perform a series of heists, and I enlist the help of Poisoning the Well because they love views.
Okay.
To rob the Federal Reserve.
Right.
Ultimately.
Ooh, hey, somebody said Jason Momoa as Jeff. I'm into that. That sounds pretty good. Let's see. Big Mike, I send bags of money to you both every month. That's what I was talking about. I know.
God.
What? You let me read this shit or what?
Please do.
Not to the Saints, but to Jeff and Nick. No, I know, and I love you for it, buddy. It's very sweet, very, very sweet. I appreciate it. I'm so hungover I couldn't even think of that for like a few minutes. But JSC Hung, thanks for Amor Fati video, Nick. Please do Epicurus.
Yeah, I like Epicurus actually. Like, I'm not steeped in any of the shit, but I do enjoy it. I will say it's yeah, it's like Diogenes is fun, but eventually, like, you need to fuck around with Epicurus, I think, even if you're really in Diogenes, which I am.
Right.
I was just thinking, though, because I think maybe with the plot that I gave you, the fairest way that it could be shot would be that if Jason Momoa was hospitalized and all of his scenes are just in a hospital bed, while Michael Cera runs out into the world with a wig on.
I get to be Jason Momoa and you have to be Michael Cera. I like this.
I'm thinking fairness. I mean, in truth, I mean, I'm sure chat can give us a whole bunch of fucking brilliant ideas as to who ought to play. Not just me, but both of us. What should the YouTube Saints celebrity fan world film thing be? And in fact, not only come up with those, but after that, when we come to the ultimate conclusion on this, we need to find a way to harass them on Twitter. I mean, I don't mean harass. I mean flatter them on Twitter.
Right.
Because you don't want to harass people on
perpetually and constantly over and over and over flatter them. Hannah says,
I don't even think Johnny Depp has a Twitter, so I don't know what you guys will do.
Hannah says, hey, love the show, even though it's my first time watching one. Hey, cool. By the way, how much would I have to pay for shirtless pics of Nick? I can pay up to 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's just Hannah's first time watching. I know what this is. 10,000 pounds? Yeah. We can talk.
All right.
I mean, there's nothing impressive about that, honestly. Like, you just dump a whole bunch of breakfast meat into a fucking burlap sack and then shoot it in the right light and Photoshop my face on it. You got the same thing. You guys.
No.
Actually, no. He's a fucking skinny as fuck. And then it's more like, it's like, find yourself a scarecrow and fit a pigeon ribbit cage up in there. I'm trying to give them the illusion you're still actually taller than me. It's okay. You should run with it.
Okay. I'm super tall, everybody. So let's get LowRes in here, and we can talk about the third one. We can talk about the third one with him.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. All right. Moving to this.
Jeff's like, Nick needs a co-host, and I'm dead in the world. So
no, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. Now that the show, it's before the show starts. I'm rough. But once we get going, after like the first 5 or 10 minutes, I actually feel pretty good. So
it honestly does bring life. And I mean,
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We got LowRes Wünderbred in the building. What's up, man?
How's it going? Thank you so much for having me on. I'm pleased to be the designated woman of color tonight.
Yes, we needed one.
Feeling very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to be with you two gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm glad you took the show so seriously. You decided to hang up your best fucking shower curtain in your bathroom while your roommates hope you don't make too much noise.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Oh, I'm gonna have to download a picture of a bathroom now. Hang on.
Is this looking rough right now? I'm not looking at the stream.
I can say this actually, and I don't know if unless Jeff's gotten different opinions, but since we have taken the Undersubbed of the week on and allowed the guest to make the call.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anybody who more people have said need to be the Undersubbed of the week than you.
Really?
Which was a bit offensive, to be honest with you. But all the same, yeah, no, Mouthy Buddha. I mean, of course, fucking Christoph. He hasn't even been on the show, but he's like, you need to feature him. Yeah, I don't think we've had one. I don't think I've had like one. I don't think we've had one guest who's been more nominated for Undersubbed of the Week than you, and so I look forward to presenting you when you surpass me in subs in, I'd say, about 3 months.
I can only hope so. I mean, it's getting to a point where on a weekly basis I'm getting a comment that says criminally undersubbed. I might as well just change my channel name to that at this point. But
oh yeah, it's wild how that happens too. I mean, like Poison the Well, we're perpetually stuck at like 5,000 or 6,000 subs for like a year and a half with all the fucking effort they put into it and shit. Because nobody knew about them. It's bizarre.
So you guys were talking about Star Wars. I think the new Star Wars is fantastic.
I just had enough. Yeah, I have enough drugs to think the same thing.
See, you liked The Last Jedi and Force Awakens, then, yeah?
I thought The Last Jedi was perhaps the best in the entire series that has come since Disney took over. Personally,
you see, dude, this is since Disney. Fucking, like, I'm gonna set arbitrary timeline afterwards after I make an extraordinarily wrong statement.
I mean, I don't know how you could get any better. You have somebody like Mark Hamill coming back. Well, listen, beloved figure Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I know, but then I went and watched Rogue One, and I said to myself, I never thought I'd see a half decent attempt at a sequel to Firefly. Yeah, right? I mean,
I don't know.
No, I mean, no. Listen, the best thing you can say about Rogue One is that it would be a great fucking sci-fi movie if it wasn't a Star Wars movie. Take it out of that universe. Let it be its own fucking story about like whatever this shit is.
It is fine.
It was this thing. It was fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. It's like I mean, I didn't know you were a yellow dog sipping coffee in a room on fire, Jeff.
That's my whole life. That's my whole existence.
Yeah.
Except usually it's me trying to drink away all of my problems while everything around me is on fire.
Well, what is the gripe with Rogue One as far as being contained within the Star Wars series?
Oh, the only it was Star Warsy enough to the point where it's like, yeah, hey, that's a Star Wars story. But the way it kind of feels like, the Cloverfield sequels. Yeah. So they weren't really sequels to that film. They were films that were produced and they had in their own merit.
Well, I don't think it's fair to compare the new Cloverfield to the 10 Cloverfield Lane. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, but that wasn't actually a Cloverfield film either.
That's not true. Cloverfield Paradox.
It was together. No, it was bought. It was bought for that purpose. They shot an entire movie about that entire film, right? The Cloverfield experiment or whatever it was. That entire film was shot on its own, produced and shot on its own.
But look what happened when we had like a direct sequel to that. Cloverfield Paradox ties into the first movie.
That's the one. No, sorry. That's really the one I'm thinking of. The Cloverfield Paradox, the one where we're in this space and they're fucking on a space station, right? Yeah, that film though, they shot that film was not a Cloverfield film when it was written, produced, shot, and all that. It was a produced and finished film of its own kind. And then the Cloverfield franchise, the J.J. Abrams machine of how lazy can I be on something that looks epic, came in and was like, oh. And it was the same thing with the 12 Cloverfield Lane. That was a separate film that was pretty much all the way produced or mostly produced. Yeah. And then the Cloverfield property came in, bought it up, and said, "Hey, we'll throw in a few cut-in scenes. We'll give references. This looks like something that we could say is
good movie, universe." It's a really good movie.
No, those were good movies. I mean, with the Cloverfield Paradox was garbage, but that's just evidence of how fucking lazy J.J. Abrams and his people really are.
Now, I mean, look, when it comes to Cloverfield, I would have preferred a direct sequel to the first one, sure. But in comparison to, like, you know, I kid about the Last Jedi. Yes, it was a piece of shit. I was going to take that in another direction, drop a joke. I never got the opportunity to do that because, Nick, you like to talk a lot. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of seem like the kind of guy who likes to wing shit,
Sure.
on live streams. I don't know where I might have heard that, but you got it.
Well, my point is, the Cloverfield series is at like 66%. It's pretty good. The first one's good. The second one's good. The third one, we'll leave that alone.
Right.
Star Wars, we're almost 50-50 at this point.
Like prequels at this point. It's like the third one.
Yeah.
I can pretend. Can you pretend? All right, it doesn't exist. It's great.
I think it'd be generous with the Star Wars films, but go ahead, continue, please.
Well, The Force Awakens, everybody complained, oh, this is derivative. This is bad. This is too much like A New Hope. Last Jedi takes it in the exact opposite direction. People are like, well, it's something different. Why aren't you enjoying this? Stupid rebuttal to people's complaints about it. I think Rogue One is the highlight. I think they should be doing more Rogue Ones, not like Solo. That's a disaster. Kathleen Kennedy, she should probably be face the firing squad for that. But Rogue One is really the highlight I see here out of the 4 movies that have come out so far from Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue One, I mean, I'll give it honest credit too. Rogue One was, it was an entertaining film, and that's honestly why I say, like, if you took it out of the Star Wars universe and let it be its own standalone sci-fi film, it would fucking shine.
Yes,
that's what I think with that. And I haven't seen Solo yet, right?
But
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, like the most, like the worst criticisms I've heard in terms of it, like the overall criticism, this is your movie sucks, and
your movie sucks. Oh, that guy. Oof.
Yeah, Adam.
Adam's.
I
got a rocky history with that guy.
Really?
I like him because I disagree with him about a lot of shit, but I mean, I love his criticisms. And Red Letter Media,
fantastic YouTuber.
He is.
But yes.
All right. Well, actually, it's a short point, and I don't want to know what you're talking about. So that way we can get him on here and have some Kumite shit going on. Yeah. But so with that, like the worst criticisms I've actually heard have been that yes, it's a movie.
Oh.
It's a Star Wars movie. And it's like, like there's some people with issues with canon. The funnest review I pretty much heard was Kylo Ren reviewing it on Arlmott's channel. Jeff, you seen that?
Yeah, that was good.
So good. Why are they still talking in holograms? Why don't they have the wavy vision? When I'm supreme leader of the First Order, my first bit of business will be to standardize 1080 HD.
Yep. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a thought there. But I mean, like I've heard Solo is decent. I've heard Solo's a fun movie to go. It's a heist film, but it's a Star Wars heist film.
You saw it, didn't you?
No, I'm pretending to see it just for the sake of conversation, so I can trash the movie. That's all. I'm a fraud. I've been out on the stream.
Yeah, well, these are the worst. These are the worst. I would love it in like 10 years if we could look back on this like reign of Disney Star Wars films that just keep coming out at us, and we could look at like Solo, Rogue One, all of these sideline stories, like when Ewan McGregor's house payment, that is the Obi Wan movie comes out. When we see these things, we can be like, those were good, and you can tell because the directors felt less pressure from Disney to make them Disney movies. And then it's like, well, what about the main story? Oh, it was so bad. Oh my God. I mean, what's going to happen in episode 9, hashtag Trixie? What are we going to get out of that?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that Obi Wan spinoff, though. I don't, spoilers for Solo. I'm not going to drop a big spoiler here, but Darth Maul is in Han Solo the movie. Mm-hmm. So my thought is they're probably going to do Obi Wan versus Darth Maul for that Solo flick. You don't think so?
They can't.
No, I would really, really like that, because in the expanded universe, and that's one of the things that pissed me off about, and has pissed me off about Star Wars for a long time. I'm also I piss off Star Wars fans so fucking much by my mere existence, but I'll get into it. In the expanded universe, Darth Maul surviving and having fucking robot legs, that was like a huge plot point.
That's canon.
And, but
it's canon now.
When Disney bought Star Wars and they said they were going to make like all these new movies, they said the whole expanded universe doesn't exist. They erased all of it.
Yeah, but there was still also an established canon, and like the cartoons, Rebels and Clone Wars.
Was he in there with robot legs?
Oh yeah, no, you see him die. Obi Wan fucking spoiler alert, everybody. Skip to this part in the video. Yeah, you didn't see shit. Darth Maul fucking dies again by Obi Wan's hand beside a campfire in a really fucking quick sequence, actually. Okay. And that's established canon, and him having robot legs is like, they gave him spider legs for a while. It was like it was like Marvel shit.
It was the bad guy from Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Loveless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
I know my Wild Wild West.
Yeah, but
you're the only other person who would get that, I think.
Oh no, I got it. Now I'm just thinking, like, how many people out there wish Darth Maul was played by Kenneth Branagh? Huh?
Ooh.
Like, what doth Jedi? Yeah, it's epic shit, but it's never gonna happen because Kathleen Kennedy would never hire a Shakespearean actor like that. Instead, we get Darth Maul again.
But why don't you think that Obi-Wan's going to face off against Darth Maul in the?
Because Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul, and it's established in canon, which Disney is apparently respecting, that his meeting with him on Tatooine, actually, where he kills him, is the first time he has seen him since the Clone Wars.
But don't you think it would be really cool to see that happen again? And like, I don't see them respecting like this cartoon doing it first after they flushed out 95% of the extended universe. You know?
Right.
When I heard you just say the words, don't you think it would be cool to? And I'm just like, dude, do you work for J.J. Abrams? Holy shit, you've got that mindset. It's like, Jerry Bruckheimer, fuck you and your Transformers shit. You know what? We're gonna do fan service in a way you've never seen before. It's gonna be a BDSM fan service. We're gonna make one movie that gives them everything they could ask for, and then as soon as they get used to that, we're gonna smack them in the ass with a whole bunch of like contrived horse shit and plot holes, and then we're gonna come back with a third movie and have them wondering if they're gonna get to come or not. Yeah, boy, Kathleen Kennedy. You should call me, honey. I mean, not to be in a movie. I'm just like, I kind of want to take you out. You see me do some shit. So
I hate Star Wars movies.
Oh, there's something else on the floor. Holy shit!
That's a great update.
I just do. Empire Strikes Back, awesome. One half of Return of the Jedi, awesome. Rogue One, pretty damn good. All the rest of them, fucking hate them. I hate all of them. I fucking hate all of them.
The fuck?
I think Return of the Jedi's got its moments, you know. I can't think of any at the moment, but it's you know, weighed against like Attack of the Clones and
conversation on Endor is pretty
Jabba's palace and the throne room scene are epic and monumental enough for me to really consider it a good movie, despite anthropomorphic teddy bears.
You don't. I mean, like, you get almost in a sense more universe establishing in the conversation between Luke and Vader on Endor than you even get when he like refuses to kill him. No.
I guess.
That was their here's some fucking real Star Wars nerd shit. That was the real battle. When they fought with lightsabers, that was just lightsaber dueling. But the real battle was when they were talking on Endor, because that was the only actual time like you got to see them interact as like, okay, Dad, did you ever get those smokes?
Okay.
Yeah, versus like, why didn't you go to college, son? No, I know you went to Emerson, but you should have gone to Bob Jones University. That kind of shit. Like you got that was the real relationship establishing scene, I think. And in that, nobody gives a fuck. Like it's like, oh, it's Endor, 'cause it's fucking Ewoks. Fuck, Ewok. Are those little flying bird bear things in The Last Jedi? No, those are something different that you need to buy.
What do you guys think of the original Star Wars spin-offs that are completely canon still? The Ewoks films that were made for ABC. How about that? Battle of Endor, you know?
Yes. I mean, the little girl was so obnoxious. Was she in only the first one, or was she in both of them?
I can't remember. It's been a minute.
Do each of you guys?
I liked them.
Do you guys remember the one-way water? It's like you go into the water, but once they were under the water, and I think it was like only Wicket's acorn or some shit. That I remember the motherfucker's name.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember that? Like when you go under the water, you can't come up from the water, and then it's like glass, and that shit was fucking terrifying when I was like fucking 6 or 7 years old. I'm like, I love Star Wars. Oh my god, I'm never swimming in the lake again.
I mean, I liked it when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since then, so I mean, I might be so jaded and scarred and completely demolished from life that I might hate it now. But back then, I loved it. It was great.
Sure.
I still love it. What's your best memory of the Ewok anthology?
Oh, geez. To be honest with you, I haven't seen these movies since I was like below the age of 10, so it's just...
I haven't either, but I remember. That's the shit I remember, though. What's the best vague recollection?
That was a little bit... It was a little bit before my time, so I would watch them. I would get these videotapes, and I would be bored with them, but I would still consume them. You know, it didn't capture me quite like seeing like Empire or Return of the Jedi for the first time, probably because there's a lot more going on as well. So Return of the Jedi was my favorite for a long time. And then people convinced me it was a terrible movie. And
are you saying the Ewok movies were derivative?
Well, I'm saying
only in a very literal and also figurative sense. Yeah. So you seriously remember?
There's also that Droids cartoon. If you recall that.
The Droids cartoon. I forgot about that shit. God,
I tried.
Yeah. That was terrible.
Yeah, no, it was an absolute fucking abomination.
It's almost like the commercialization of Star Wars has always been terrible throughout our lives, but now we get to bitch about it as adults who get to chide kids for giving into it.
Well, they've very expertly been able to turn nostalgia into heroin. Like Disney and even Warner Brothers is getting into the game of it with Ready Player One and how they're treating the DC franchise.
Oh my God.
It's really disgusting, you know.
It is.
Oh wait, is when you say how they're trying to treat the DC franchise, are you speaking in terms of like they're trying to get the abused kids, where they're like, hey, do you remember where we took something awesome to you and fucking destroyed it by beating you over the head with it? Because I mean, Justice League is pretty awful. Pretty fucking irredeemably terrible.
Are you saying you don't like Henry Cavill's PlayStation 1 mouth? Are you what? Ruin the movie for you? I don't know. I knew it was bad news the minute that they got a villain that I didn't recognize, and I'm a DC nerd. Like Star Wars, you know, we've been talking a lot about Star Wars. I like Star Wars, but I'm not a Star Wars nerd. Like DC, Batman, that's my shit. So I'm like, I consider myself an expert as far as that goes. But
same.
Steppenwolf. You have an entire roster of Batman villains, Superman villains. You go Steppenwolf, pathetic. Terrible.
Well, yeah, like any of the lieutenants of Apocalypse, you know, any of Darkseid's fucking lieutenants and shit would have been amazing, and you probably would have recognized a Steppenwolf.
Well, actually, Jeff, you asked.
What the fuck is Steppenwolf?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Was it, Jeff? Was it last week or was it on midweek when you asked about Batman's ranked? I think this man needs to weigh in.
Batman's what?
The actors who played Batman.
Oh,
ranking.
yeah. Okay, LowRes. All right, we got to know. So since you're a DC fan and also you're a movie nerd,
Sure.
How would you rank the performances of Batman in live action movies?
It's tough to say because my own nostalgia kicks in there, and I grew up during like I've gotten kind of long in the tooth, but Michael Keaton is number one for me. Michael Keaton's the best Batman.
Yes.
Because he's got that authentic weirdo vibe that the other Batmen don't really have. They're like suave, they're actors. But Michael Keaton's like, what the fuck has this guy been up to?
Well, one of the things I love too is Keaton's Batman was so good. To us, it's as good as it was, but to the people who grew up with Keaton, he was a comedian. He was a comedian.
Mr. Mom.
Yep. Yeah, he was Mr. Mom, and then Mr. Mom becomes Batman, and he makes it work. Yeah. So Keaton number one.
Mm-hmm. I would trying to pick number two is a little more difficult. I would actually probably put Ben Affleck over Christian Bale.
Oh, easy. Yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah. In a heartbeat.
Christian Bale, I mean, he was a good he was a good Batman, but his Batman voice kind of brings him down a couple of pegs.
I think he was a better Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like Affleck as Bruce Wayne, you see Affleck. I mean, that Batman, that voice, I'm gonna totally disguise who I am now. But really? It's like, dude, I love the cartoon too, but don't try and do it. There was two different people there.
All right. So who? Let's just rush to the end. Who is the worst Batman?
Okay, that's a pretty good question. I would probably say Val Kilmer. I'd put him just a notch above George Clooney. George Clooney's like the obvious one, right? Because you watch Batman and Robin, and it's obviously bad. Like, you don't need anyone to tell you. It's a bad movie. Val Kilmer didn't bring anything to the role. He was just kind of like, I'm not quite Michael Keaton, and I'm a little more handsome than him, but I'm not as handsome as George Clooney. He was too in the middle. So he's not like a distinct Batman. He's really obese as of late. I don't know if you've seen this Val Kilmer. He's actually, I think he got skinny because of cancer.
No, you mean like he lost weight again?
No, he got super fat, and then I think he lost a bunch of, and he looks like a fucking skeleton now.
Yeah,
because
he got leukemia so sick. Diet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all the rage in Hollywood, man.
Heroin and cancer.
Yeah.
The best thing you could ever try.
So I would say Val was the worst.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I had the same point because I thought that Clooney at least played a better Bruce Wayne. Like Kilmer was, I'm knight in shining armor when I'm not fucking Batman. Oh, by the way, did I tell you I'm Batman? Don't tell anyone.
Okay. All right. I'll try and break this down. The reasons why I feel the way that I do, because obviously Michael Keaton's number one. Obviously, everybody knows that. He always will be. But the reason why George Clooney is the worst Batman is because when he's being Bruce Wayne but not in public, there is no seriousness about him. There is none of that stoicism, that stony fucking demeanor, pure focus. It's all still like, I'm unbelievably attractive and I'm just so dashing even when I'm trying to be serious. Like, it was just a fucking nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare. And that's not really his fault. That's Bruckheimer. It's all Bruckheimer's fault.
No. Schumacher.
No. Yeah. Schumacher. That's right. Schumacher.
And that was
Schumacher.
Was the most mind-blowing thing about Joel Schumacher's Batmans. That was my introduction to Joel Schumacher, and then I found out he did A Time to Kill. Like, the fuck, you are an Oscar-winning brilliant director, and you did this.
Well, it's the David Ayer effect, right? You see David Ayer's movies. He did Fury. He did End of Watch. And then you check out Suicide Squad, and it's tonally in line with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. It's colorful. It is very over the top, very campy. And it's like, did he is this his final cut? Probably not.
So DC just can. I mean, it's like how they say the left can't meme. It's like DC can't movie.
I wouldn't say that. I think they have a very black and white kind of period where it's like they're on a roll for a while and then they fuck up. They try to change the formula a little bit,
like
and then
Marvel,
they do.
like Marvel with their comics.
Yes, yeah, you could say that. But honestly, I would take DC's 50-50 rate than Marvel's generic, hey, it's the same film every single time formula that they've conjured up. There's no consequences to any Marvel film whatsoever. DC, if a character dies, say for Superman, they're probably not going to come back. So I'm more engaged in that, even if it's shitty, than I would be in another Civil War movie or Infinity War.
Right. Yeah. Like Shield. Shield is destroyed. There's no more Shield. The helicarrier still shows up.
Yep.
They still got fucking agents everywhere doing a bunch of shit. It's just they're not public about it. Like, nothing fucking changes. Nothing happens.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, they show up by surprise too, and it's the worst thing ever. It's like, yeah. Why would we be gone?
I am 100% a comic nerd, but it's both DC and Marvel. I love them both. I love them both quite a bit. But when it comes to DC movies, like I'm curious about this because I have a very unpopular opinion. I actually really fucking liked Man of Steel.
I loved Man of Steel, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually probably the best Superman movie, period.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like, I'd say if you're trying to get a good reflection of like the epic scale and the adventure and the wanton destruction that can happen from Superman, like it's a great example of it. As far as like,
let me rephrase that. Maybe it's not the best Superman movie, but it's the best movie featuring Superman.
Okay.
In my opinion, anyway.
Let's keep it going because I've been actually curious. It keeps popping up on playlist. I'm gonna watch it probably tonight and then tomorrow, so I'll remember it. But you've reflected upon the latest Batman movie, which never happened.
Oh yeah, that was today's release, I guess. Yeah, Batman Beyond.
You gave reflections on the Batman Beyond movie.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just trying to push DC in the right direction? Do you see them going badly?
Actually, from what I've read, they're considering going that route as it is. They're going back to the well for Batman Beyond. They were originally going to do a Batman Beyond movie back in 2000 with Bose Yakin, who did Remember the Titans.
Yep. And
now they're thinking about doing it so Ben Affleck can get out of his contract in a clean manner. So that's currently the DC game plan, is just let's keep Affleck on for as long as we can before he fucks up something.
It's weird though, because Affleck, especially through Batman, he's fading as a star.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think back only 15 years ago, he was doing episodes of Celebrity Poker Showdown on Bravo. So
yeah, he was.
His career's in waves. He's a talented guy. He might dig himself out of the hole, but who's?
I'm sure he can. I mean, what was the Iranian hostage movie?
Argo.
Fuck! What a good movie.
Really fucking good.
Oh my god.
Beginning to end, everything about it. The performances, even Affleck's performance, like him playing a CIA agent. It was funny because he wasn't there trying to be like Matt Damon's super spy. He was playing a real person. Ben Affleck is good at playing real people, but he wants to be Daredevil and Batman. Like, doesn't work, dude.
No,
doesn't work.
He was a better Batman than he was a Daredevil. That's for fucking sure.
Well, speaking of Daredevils, do we want to go into this last news piece?
Put a pin in it real quick. I gotta catch up on these super chats real super fast. Yeah. Mysterious Senior Hitler says there's this obscure actor perfect for Jeff for the YouTube Saints movie. Ever hear of Nick Goroff? That guy's amazing. What does the audience think? Press 1 if you agree. If Nick Goroff would make a good Jeff Holiday.
I think I could play that.
You just have to drink and be irreverently disgusting and degenerate. It's pretty easy.
And shorter, yeah.
And shorter,
it's like, no, we'll just shoot you. We'll shoot you from downward angle. It'll look fine.
Why is everybody obsessed with height? I just don't give a shit. JSC Hung. Hey, JSC Hong, Jeebus, Nick is drunk. By the way, I won an ice cream machine. Hey, congratulations, man. I won an ice cream machine. Sounds great.
How did you win an ice cream machine?
At an ice cream machine contest. What the fuck?
This is why I need to be a part of the New Hampshire legislature, is so that I can bring these things to my culture, my
That's
people.
right.
Yeah.
Tyler Hill, closest thing to Firefly was Dark Matter on Sci-Fi. It's pretty close. It's all right. Dark Matter was okay. Giovanna Liviana, that's right, Jeff. Star Trek rules and Star Wars drools. I'm with you on that one. Oh yeah, I'm a Trek nerd, super Trek nerd. She also says the best Catwoman was Julie Newmar. I will disagree with you on that. I think the best Catwoman was Eartha Kitt.
Ooh.
Yeah. That. And she's a sweet woman too. I actually wrote her a letter one day just because I was really drunk and I was like, she's so great. She's such a sweet lady. I'm gonna write her. And I wrote her a letter. I found her address on a website before she died, and I wrote her a letter, and she wrote me back, and she was really nice and really sweet.
Doc's holiday.
Wow.
Again.
Yeah. That's cool. She's a sweet.
Doc and Eartha Kitt to himself.
MFW. Shout out to LowRes. Thoughts on Top Gun 2?
Top Gun 2. I think it's a waste of time because Tony Scott, he jumped off a bridge. What's the point? I mean, who's directing Top Gun 2? I don't know anything about this thing except for Tom Cruise being in it.
Don't let that stop you.
Actually, I'm gonna look into that real quick. I'm curious about that.
Keep going. Thoughts on Top Gun 2? What would you like to see happen in Top Gun 2? Give us a plot. What do you think?
Okay. Well, first of all, you got to bring Goose back. You got to do the old retconning. So you pull an Infinity War time, you go back to the past, you bring in Goose, and you do like the nice CG like they did on Michael Douglas for Ant-Man on Anthony Edwards, star of ER.
Okay. Okay.
He dies of brain cancer on that show. And Nick, why don't you fill out the rest of the plot?
Give him brain cancer, right? So you give him brain cancer.
Yeah. So you blend the two. Go with what's familiar to people. It's nostalgia mania, and
then it turns out that none of the brain cancer is actually real, and that they're all just in a simulation. Except those with brain cancer end up having actual brain cancer in the real world because of how the Matrix affected them, right? Mm. Yep. And so then they need to team up with the robot overlords to find a cure for brain cancer because it's also become a computer virus. And then turns out that the KGB agent was working for the CIA, and it ends up being that the entire thing was a big episode of Alias.
I have an idea.
Was that another Josh show? Alias?
Alias was an early J.J. Abrams project, actually.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's,
it built up and built up and built up. Here's the thing: this is bringing it back to Star Wars. This is why nothing good will happen, because J.J. Abrams is really, really good at building a universe and an idea and questions and a story, and then when you want an ending, he will actually hire people off of Craigslist, I imagine, to fucking write it.
Here's what I think is going to happen. This is what I think is going to happen with Top Gun 2. It's rumored right now. The rumored director is a guy by the name of Joseph Kosinski. He directed, Tron Legacy and Oblivion. So he actually knows how to make a pretty entertaining fucking movie.
The game or the movie?
The movie. Tron Legacy and then Oblivion, the movie with Tom Cruise.
Well, you know what I always say is never trust a man with the last name Kosinski.
He'll blow your shit up, that's for sure. So here's what I think is gonna happen with Top Gun Maverick, right? They're gonna set it in a fictional engagement with North Korea. North Korean pilots. They have Maverick. He comes out of retirement and shit, and like he's got a Iceman's there too, of course. And then they're gonna shoot this whole thing, and then in post production, J.J. Abrams is gonna show up with a giant fuck off bag full of money, and then in all the background scenes of them fighting, you're gonna see the Cloverfield monster just wrecking fucking everything, and then they're gonna change it to the Cloverfield engagement.
I would love that personally. I think
so would I.
That
I would have a fucking love
that
that
shit.
shit.
Cloverfield movie ever.
They're coming out with a fourth Cloverfield, I believe, this year called Overlord.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Is it a rejected Marvel film? Was it something like Sony shot and no one wanted to buy, and then J.J. Abrams like, hey, like we're all part of the Disney family, let's just make this Cloverfield. It's like, well, it looks like it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's in a galaxy far, far away. I'm sure they have suburbs with mutants running around. It'll be fine.
I think the plot's a little too risky for Disney. It has something to do with Nazis and Nazi science during World War II.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm amazed they got away with Captain America without getting PewDiePied by the fucking Wall Street Journal, right? Like, is Disney supporting Nazis by promoting a film about the war we won't speak of? It's like Vietnam. No, that never happened either. No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything. The fact that Disney owns everything that most of our generation sort of clung to outside of DC, which is grappling for some sense of creative authenticity. The fact that Disney owns all that shit is nothing to be worried about. Nothing at all.
Giovanna Liviana, LowRes Wünderbred, you look and sound Italian-American. You are, aren't you?
No, I'm a Greek.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Nightmare says, best comic is Tank Girl. Tank Girl was pretty fucking great. Rimshi, Jeff, you may be short, but you're still taller than I am. Still not cared now. I don't give a shit. I'm not short either. I'm 5'9", 5'10" in boots. Like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Nightmare, I just figured out, LowRes, you sound like Groucho Marx. I likes it.
Oh, Groucho Marx. That's quite the compliment. I don't know. Yeah. Great. Okay.
Okay, so you're a big DC fanboy, but like how aside from like the impossibly intolerable over and over printed press copies of Marvel movies, are you like a Marvel Comics fanboy?
No.
Fuck it.
No.
Fuck it.
Not really.
I like Spawn. Let's talk about Spawn. Let's talk about Spawn.
I love Spawn. Oh, I was just gonna say the only Marvel hero that I really like is '90s Spider, like Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So we can transition into Spawn there if you like that. That's I'm actually really excited about. I remember you and I had
a fucking suggestion, dude. Holy shit. Yeah. No.
You and I had a back and forth very briefly on Twitter a couple of months ago where you were very pessimistic about this Spawn movie.
I'm very pessimistic about anything I want to be awesome. It's setting low expectations. That way I'm not totally reduced. This is probably why we watch Star Wars movies now, and it takes us 6 months or so to figure out how bad they actually are. It's because we set such low standards for ourselves now that we're like, yeah, everything I love will be remade, and I'm going to go and watch it. And it was fine. I mean, if you want real reviews of Solo, wait 5 months. Then you'll get your real reviews of what the Solo movie was. Compare that to how fast it's released on Blu-ray. Then you'll know how good it was.
Well, Jeff, what do you think about Image Comics and these like third-party, companies? Like, obviously, the notable character was Spawn for Image, but they had like Savage Dragon stuff like that.
Oh yeah, dude, Savage. Hang on. This is my territory here, son. This is my territory here.
Savage Dragon was Dark Horse, right?
No. Oh, what? Spawn was not Dark Horse. Hell no.
No. Savage Dragon.
No, Savage Dragon was Image as well.
Yeah,
was
the release roster when they made Image Comics was Spawn, Savage Dragon. You had Wildcats, which is Rob Liefeld's vehicle. You had. The Max, actually, the first real printing of the Max was Image, and it was one of their release titles. And then it was Shadowhawk. Those are I think that was the 5 or 6 main ones. And some people put Mark Silvestri's Wetworks in there too.
The fucking tell me this though. Imagine this just for a second. The Max live action CG, obviously, but with Ron Perlman as the voice.
No. I don't want to see a live action Max. I just want to see another animated because that was really good. was really, really good. I'd like them to bring that back.
Oh no, that was an impeccable work of art.
It was. I'd say one of the things that kind of makes me sad about it though is like the only Image Comics title that really had any staying power, any legacy power, really was Spawn, and there were some good stories that were being told through that. You know,
I liked too when the criticism started coming in when you remember HBO's series, which a lot of people hate.
I love it. I think I have a VHS tape collection.
Yeah,
of it.
I thought it was fucking brilliant myself. And it was funny. Most of the people who were upset then were because it wasn't following the story, and it was changing things up. And McFarlane, I remember, because this was like before adaptations were a really big thing. McFarlane himself said, "Yeah, I'm in control of this project, and I would rather not tell the same story over and over again in different mediums."
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how he justified the movie with Michael Jai White, which
no, that wasn't a good.
It's torture to think about because
if you watch it now, it's on par with like the CGI from Justice League. Really, I mean,
it's not even the CGI though; it's the way they told the story. Like Spawn, if you know Spawn, it's so much better than that it was. But all the same, it's like it being told in different ways in different mediums. I remember I saw something about. They wanted to redo Spawn, but follow the detectives who were following Spawn's trail.
Sam and Twitch.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, Sam and Twitch. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt was attached for a while.
Really?
So the Star or direct? Because I heard
the Star.
There was going to be a series, I think, on Hulu or one of these apps that Kevin Smith was going to helm in direct for a while.
Everyone, well, it's one of these properties everyone wants to get their fucking hands on, you can tell. But now that it's been announced now, right, that Jamie Foxx will be playing Spawn.
Yeah.
And
what do you guys think about him being the new Spawn?
So I mean, like when I was growing up, my experience with Jamie Foxx was in Living Colors. So like Wanda, hi, that kind of shit. So I really didn't expect a lot to come out of Jamie Foxx when I was growing up, but then you see shit like Ray was fucking amazing. Ray was incredible. He was great in Django, even though it's just it's a Tarantino flick, so it's very Tarantino flickish. I think he'll do good. He's an actor who's got a lot of range. So as long as he takes it seriously, I think he'll probably do a really good job. I think he'll do it justice.
My only worry is actually no, more to think about it. Like my thinking was like if it had that kind of snappy Jamie Foxx feel, he's always got something to say. At first, I'm thinking like, oh, that might ruin it. But then I think about like, no, actually, Spawn is always, Spawn is a control freak. Like, I mean, in his human form or whatever. Huh?
Is he? I don't remember that from the comics that he's a control freak.
No. I mean, I'm just saying like he's the kind of character who will not relinquish control. So if you get a serious Jamie Foxx one-liner that's not as Electro, let's say.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. So I see. Okay. I'm picking up on why you're skeptical about Jamie Foxx. It's because of his performance as Electro. Okay.
Where he played Jim Carrey's Riddler as Electro.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Oh my God, that was so bad.
It was really bad. Yeah, Jamie Foxx is capable of being bad in the role. As Spawn, like the best thing I could see him channeling from his past work would be what was the movie with Tom Cruise when he was in a cab? He was cab driver. Collateral, yeah. Like that kind of only in the last act and like in the third act there when he was serious and shit was serious and he wasn't gonna fuck around, right? He was gonna get shit done, and he wasn't being a boss about it. He was just surviving. I could see that kind of Jamie Foxx working for it. Otherwise, I would much rather have fucking Denzel from Training Day. I would rather have Training Day Denzel as Spawn than Electro.
He's kind of old. I mean, Jamie Foxx is in his 50s. If Jamie Foxx is only like a year younger than Cedric the Entertainer, and he's doing what? Life.
Well, but you can't say like 50s as though it's a thing in Hollywood.
Please tell me you're joking and Cedric the Entertainer is not actually doing Life Alert commercials.
It's either that or like arthritis commercial, and he's very serious. It's like the best performance of his career. These commercials.
Yeah, at the same time, I mean, look, we've got. I mean, like, what? Fuck, man. I mean, Bill and Ted 3 might just be some DMT trip between the two of them, where they realized that they watched too much Doctor Who, and decided they were gonna like hang out with George Carlin some point in their lives, and then they come out of this like haze, and they're like, oh my god, I'm in my 50s. My kids are going to college. I own a house and have a mortgage. What the fuck has happened to me? Like, yeah. You can get all kinds of shit out of people. You'd be surprised. That's actors for you, man.
Range. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's
I mean, I'll be happy to go put blackface on and play Spawn if someone insists upon it. But otherwise, I think Jamie Foxx actually might do a decent job. He just needs to challenge that fucking comic book. Look, Ryan Reynolds went from being a dog shit Green Lantern to Deadpool as a cultural icon. Let's see if Jamie Foxx can do the same thing.
Well, he also was a dog shit Deadpool for one movie before transitioning into the Deadpool we know and love. By the way, new Deadpool.
Very.
It was
good catch, dude.
The first hour. The first hour was like, hey, remember all this great stuff about the first Deadpool? Okay, we're gonna repeat all that, and then the second hour was pretty good actually.
Yeah, well, I had this problem with it with Deadpool 2. A lot of it was because they were trying to recapture something that was very special. First Deadpool really worked well. It worked really, really fucking well, and for one specific reason, it was an R-rated comic book superhero movie. Like, and that it was just mind blowing because they took it and they cranked it to 11, and it was amazing. It was really good. So it's kind of like, I use this analogy with somebody because they were like, Deadpool 2 is really good. And I'm like, okay, well, think about it like this. This is why I don't like it that much. 2 reasons. Number 1, Deadpool 1 was like the first time you've ever eaten ice cream in your life. It's fucking astonishing. It blows your fucking mind. But every time you eat ice cream after that, it's still good. It's still awesome. It's ice cream, but it's not like that first time. So Deadpool 2 is never going to be as good as Deadpool 1. It just couldn't be. But also, I really, really did not like the subplot with his love interest, because I understand we need to give these characters motivations, to do certain things. But when it takes the character into such a very strange, different direction than what you're familiar with as a comic book like character, it really just kind of fucked it up for me. But then there's such amazing, memorable moments in Deadpool 2 that I was like, this is still a great movie, but I'm like, I'm just not that excited about it. I just can't be. I'm just like, it's okay.
I thought the highlight of Deadpool 2 was that helicopter drop.
Yes, I having read old X-Force and Rob Liefeld, like original era, Deadpool and X-Force comics, I have always wanted to see what happened to Shatterstar. What happened to Shatterstar? I always wanted to see that, and I finally did, and it was, that character sucks.
Well, let me ask you guys something. This is a vaguely political show. What do you guys think about the Comicsgate thing that's going on right now?
Called it.
Well, I mean, okay. Lay it out in the simplest way, like what Comicsgate is pretty much all about right now. It keeps changing.
I don't like to get political these days. But I guess in order to describe it forces
two Bud Lights later.
But Comicsgate is essentially like, okay, well, Marvel is trying to push a certain narrative, that we're all familiar with, and people aren't liking it, and then you get like the YouTuber Diversity in Comics caught up in the mix, Ethan Van Shriver, and they're not with that narrative, and there's some backlash. There's there's people aren't fans of that, and they like to gather, they like to group together and do things to try and stifle these people.
I have noticed that quite a bit. There was some comic book writer, mainstream comic book writer, that was like actually threatening violence, if I'm not mistaken, against diversity in comics.
I mean, I'm not that well versed on it. I would love to see
a fist fight between comic writers.
I mean, diversity in comics.
Think about that.
You jest, but diversity in comics. I believe he's a Marine. So
yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a fucking Marine. He's a tough motherfucker. He's a nice guy too. He's a really nice guy. He gets a really shit rap about this stuff too.
Well, no, I mean, I've made a point. I mean, I don't know. Rez, are you now, or have you ever been involved with anyone involved in Gamergate?
No, not really.
No?
I didn't. No,
that shit was fun as fuck, dude. I will be honest with you. I loved that shit because the memes were fucking constant, and they were replenishing. It wasn't this kind of shit where it's like, hey, viral meme, everyone's on it. It's like, oh, this shit's funny. This shit's funny. Gamergate was fascinating and wonderful. And to find it going on with comics, and now Anita Sarkeesian's going after tabletop, surprise, surprise, like waning relevance. Oh my God, hey, what did Will Wheaton do last year? Oh, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. This cannot be surprising. This is fucking, here's the thing. To the Ranting Griffin, yeah. Fucking fantastic YouTuber, funny as fuck comedian. Dude is about done. He's a gay furry. He's about done with the furry fandom.
Gay furry? Oh my God! It's
yeah.
Vulgar.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, apparently, social justice has taken over the furry world now. They
always have.
Not surprised.
They've always been there.
Yeah, but they're running people out now. It's like the whole Nazi narrative, the HuffPo narrative. It's there now. It's fucking everywhere. So like comics, it's been trying to make its way into comics and metal music for 4 years now.
Okay, so I remembered a little bit of it, so I went to go look, and also somebody in the chat reminded me. Mark Waid is one of the main people behind this crazy shit that's going on.
Yes.
In comics. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Mark Waid is a hell of a good writer. He's a really good writer. He's written really, really good runs on various different comics. But what happened is you got Diversity in Comics and also the artist John Malin, something like that, who were making their own comic book series. And they were supposed to be published through Antarctic Press. Mark Waid and a bunch of these other comics professionals were calling this publisher and telling them to drop their project because entirely because of their politics, entirely because they disagree with them politically.
It's so fucking familiar, isn't it, Jeff?
It is so terribly familiar. It's the same shit. It's the same exact fucking thing. It's just weird.
I love the fact, actually, I lost my fucking hairband. I love the fact that 4 years after Gamergate, yeah. I mean, that shit, lasted 1.5 years at the most, right?
What?
Gamergate.
Who cares?
Well, no, who cares, except it's relevant now. I mean, that shit was a hashtag, but, like, we have people now, right now, trying to, like, drum up the fucking hashtag. If you look it up on Twitter, you will find a fuck ton of people just trying to drum shit up using that old hashtag. And it was a fun thing. And you know what? I mean, honestly, like, even with Kekistan, Pepe could have fucking Pepe couldn't have wished for a fucking run like Gamergate had as a meme. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All that being the case, you see these people dragging Gamergate up now because douchebags are trying to make comics and every other conceivable fandom fucking toxic. We need to come in here and clean it up. Go fuck yourselves. This shit, you tried it before. It's not gonna work now. It didn't work then. It's not gonna work now. You can fuck around with it all you like, but it's gonna end up with one of these cringy as fuck something gate movements.
Yes.
And what I fucking worry about is it's gonna be like another version of Adam fucking Baldwin coined the term Gamergate, right? And then
The best Baldwin, arguably.
Oh, he's fucking brilliant. I mean,
he's got one great role. Let's be real. It's Animal Mother.
No, fucking him as Jane was brilliant, and that was pure Adam Baldwin. I like guns, and I'm a fucking aggressive cunt. Yeah. But no, I mean, like, this is the thing. They complain about the kind of bullshit we see on like the hard right now. The people who start these gate movements ultimately by being disingenuous fucks. They complained about that. Like last time they did this with Gamergate, they got Milo Yiannopoulos, and that ended up being Steven Crowder, and that ended up being Paul Joseph Watson, being viewed as a respectable and relevant person. Yeah. So that's what Gamergate ultimately got them in the long term, and now they want to start shit again with comics fans. Who the fuck? I mean, I don't know how much worse you can get from Alex Jones. Is David Icke gonna be like calling like the next election if this shit continues?
Okay. I got a great question. This is a really good question. Super good question for you, LowRes. Which was worse, Ben Affleck's Daredevil or Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider?
I'll tell you what. I got a very unpopular opinion here. It's gonna turn everybody watching this show against me. I really enjoyed Daredevil 2003.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. It was the first movie ever that I saw in theaters more than once. I was like, oh my God, that Ben Affleck. What a Daredevil, this guy, And I thought it was good. I thought the director's cut even better. It's got Coolio in it, You can't get cool with Coolio, sure.
The director's cut has Coolio. Who does Coolio play?
He plays a convict that is represented by Matt Murdock and Jon Favreau.
No shit. Wow. Oh, I forgot Jon Favreau was even in that movie.
Yep.
Oh my God, my mind's being blown. Well, I remember what's his fucking name? Who played Kingpin?
Michael Clark
Duncan. No way. It wasn't Michael. Was it Michael Clark Duncan?
It was. God rest his soul.
Yeah. Really?
Hey, let me ask you boys something. What happens when the guest has a full bladder and needs to relieve it?
Oh no, you sit and suffer. Suffer.
I just got up and went and take a piss. Like you go take a piss, man. It's cool.
I'm merely a guest here. I don't want to be disrespectful by you.
Yeah, no, but otherwise it's just me and Jeff.
I'll change your background from Endor back to the bathroom.
Okay, sounds great. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
All right, no worries, man.
There we go.
Yes. Let me check the Streamlabs real quick. What drives me crazy about hangovers? What's been just driving me absolutely nuts about it is I know.
Wait, what?
No, I know the best way to fix a hangover is all you have to do is just start drinking again. But that always seems like a really bad idea. But then I do it. I feel awesome. Like I feel great now. I was bad when we started.
Oh, it's
but I feel
gonna
good.
be worse. It'll probably be worse. No, the best cure for hangover is like a whole bunch of pickles and water.
A lot of pickles, yeah. Rhino. Yeah. Rhino says, number 1, Will Smith for Spawn. No more Will Smith. Not ever. No more Will Smith. I'm done with Will Smith. I'm done. Never again. After Earth was the biggest piece of shit I'd ever seen in my life, and I almost killed myself because of that movie. No more Will Smith. He is haram.
I mean, I think he's capable of playing the role.
But, 2, eat better ice cream, Jeff. Hey, you know what? Rocky Road is my jam, and I love ice cream. I don't think I could eat better ice cream, to be honest with you. Giovanna Liviana, Jeff, do not disrespect Gamergate. Vivian James commands you to respect us. Okay. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure I had sex with Vivian James.
Welcome back.
A couple times.
Thank you. What you're talking about having sex with whom now?
Vivian James. No, don't worry about it.
It's Vivian James.
Tiny,
I don't want to know.
Statuesque redhead who likes playing video games. Pretty sure.
There's a few of those. I'm a big fan of all of them. Yeah. Okay. No, I'll tell you what. I can see where you're coming from with the Daredevil movie, but I have one thing that I feel is a black mark that actually does knock it back down a peg. It led to Elektra.
Oh, well, I don't even think about Elektra. That didn't happen. If you're me, I didn't. You know what? They
it's
have
sort
like
of like the prequels for a real Star Wars fan, Jeff.
The bad guys in Elektra, what were they? They were like transforming animal people.
Yes, they were like werewolf hand ninjas or some shit. I don't fucking even remember.
Shush, don't go too far, otherwise people offer valid excuses for the evolution of the MCU, which everyone agrees is terrible and cringy, right, guys? Can't get enough Marvel movies, but
except for Thor.
If you compare,
except for Thor, I like Thor.
I like Black Panther. I like Thor. I thought Winter Soldier was good.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I like the first Captain America the best. Winter Soldier is very good though, but Thor, Jeff, Thor.
I like Thor.
Really?
I do.
Oh my god, you're breaking my heart.
Ragnarok was good.
I liked Ragnarok the best because it was very different from any other Marvel movie. It was wacky, and they did like the cosmic shit, which is what I always liked about Marvel. They do cosmic way better than DC does.
Oh yeah.
DC writes better characters, but Marvel has a way better cosmic shit. So I liked that, and I thought it was really good, even though it's got Mark Ruffalo, and I really want to shoot him out of a fucking cannon into space, but. No, I thought Thor 2 was interesting and different. I thought it was pretty decent. The first one was kind of like a Marvel movie, so I was like, eh.
The first one was a superhero movie, and it's like, hey, he's got a challenge. Will he overcome the challenge? He does, and guess what happens? He gets everything he wants.
Yeah, I was like,
Thor, and then Thor 2 was like, hey, we respect mythology, kind of. Oh wait, no, canon. That's what we respect. Here you go. Here's a little bit of that, and then Thor 3 came around, and it was like, hey, guess what? We were able to use Windex to take a whole bunch of those Disney fucking fingerprints off of the property. Not all of them. You can see plenty of them, but we took a bunch of them off. That's fine.
I will break your heart yet again, LowRes. Another unpopular. This is like the unpopular opinion episode, I guess. It just is. I actually really like the Green Lantern movie.
You know what? I might actually bond with you there because I don't think I don't
listen. It's Pride Month, so you can say what you want.
I don't Lantern movie. Yeah. I watched it and I thought people were too tough on it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. Like I didn't love it, but I can watch it, and I'm not like boiling with rage. You know, I think it got raked over the coals unfairly.
It's the kind of movie where everyone involved, you could tell, was doing their best with what they had.
Well, okay. Let me put it like this. Hector Hammond, he ends up becoming, what is the name of the actual villain?
Pumpkinhead.
Giant head dude. Old Green
Polygon
Lantern.
Rider.
Swear to Christ, Nick. I swear to God. But he did really good. Peter Sarsgaard was really good.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds was really not the best Green Lantern in the world, but Green Lantern is my favorite out of all the DC IPs. I love Green Lantern the most. It's my favorite.
Well,
always has been.
Before Ryan Reynolds, Jack Black was supposed to be the Green Lantern. I mean, so if you think about it, those like the 2011 Green Lantern's not the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
Like everybody else
could have been so much. Oh my god, can you imagine that shit?
I read the script, and I'll tell you what, the script actually is a little funny because they have Robert Smigel, who does Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. He actually directed an Adam Sandler movie for Netflix.
That's encouraging.
Yeah. But the script is kind of, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not like comic fans would not have enjoyed it. Like,
right.
If you're a Green Lantern fan, you don't want anything to do with the Jack Black script.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something. Darkest Night. You always want to be aware of Green Lantern's light.
Yeah, no. So I liked the depiction of Oa. I thought Oa was great. The depiction of Sinestro was fucking on point. The Guardians looked fucking badass, just perfect, super perfect. But it suffered from the same problem that we had in that whole era when they were really trying to get these superhero movies going. The bad guy was a cloud. Bad guy was a cloud, right?
Yeah.
Like the Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Galactus. No, we don't get Galactus. Galactus is a big fucking cloud. It's a big cloud. Like,
it's the best. I mean, it's a great way to save your budget. Just add a couple of free overlays from YouTube, and you got your villain.
There you go.
I think people need like a superficial means by which they can justify a superhero. So. You got X-Men, and that's the Fox property. So it's like, oh, they're mutants. Easy, fucking, very digestible. Great. Then you have, the MCU property, and that's, okay, they're either, like, enhanced or something. Like, they're a space alien god, or they're, radiation, that kind of shit.
Yep.
DC kind of lacks in that shit. It's because they're so old school. Their properties are so old, though. I mean, it's like Superman. Oh, he's an alien who gets superpowers. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's standard for everyone. There's nothing new with it. Like, I think to bring it back, I really fucking want Spawn. I want Spawn. I want Spawn. I want Savage Dragon. I want Savage Dragon actually to be played by what's his name?
Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, no. You son of a bitch.
Michael Rappaport could do it, maybe. I don't know. Why not?
No, Michael Rappaport could absolutely do it. But what I was thinking was Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy. Come on. I've narrowed it down for you.
Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy. What's the crossover there?
It is Michael something.
I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Just go ahead.
Hmm?
No, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Rooker! Oh my god!
Rooker.
Oh, that's actually a very interesting and fantastic choice.
Yes.
Michael Rooker as Savage Dragon. Can you imagine that as a Netflix series?
Oh, he's fantastic. I love Michael Rooker. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Yes.
Top movie.
Oh my god.
He would be great.
Oh, that movie, the fucking television scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Excellent.
This is the thing. I mean, like he's and if you look over his work too, it's funny because like you find he gets these soft roles, like soft roles.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said Will Wheaton should be Savage Dragon.
It's an inspired casting choice there.
That's like
that's what it is.
It's like I'm very confident in my direction.
Yeah.
How confident? That confident? Really? Okay.
All right. So, I just looked at the time, and actually, I could nerd out about movies for hours and hours and hours. I'm gonna catch up with a couple of super chats real quick, and we're gonna watch our Undersubbed of the week.
Oh boy.
Giovanna Liviana, the best Marvel movie was Doctor Strange. The best cure for a hangover is Irn-Bru. True. I don't know about Doctor Strange though. It was a good movie.
I liked it.
It was still very Marvel-y, and I was still burnt out on Marvel movies, so I didn't really enjoy it. But I do think, objectively speaking, it is actually a pretty good movie. I just can't care.
It is a good movie. The worst part about it was Benedict Cumberbatch's accent.
Yeah, him doing an American accent is really weird.
No, it's not just weird. It's he's not good at it. There's nothing. He's not even non-regional. He's like, well, I'm not English.
I just liked Wong. I thought Wong was good. It was like the best part of the movie. Everything. He was the best part of the movie. The sidekick Wong was the best.
Librarian. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he is also Genghis Khan, and he's Genghis Khan in a brilliant way. He's good at whatever he does. And then he's a fucking NASA scientist in The Martian. The Martian. Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. No, and he's like, okay, I'm a mathematician in this one. Okay, wait a second. No, I am Genghis Khan.
Okay.
Wait a second. No, I am managing a library.
Tyler and Sabrina Paul, more important, how bad was X-Men 3? Talk about shitty forced virtue signaling shoehorned into comics movies. Okay, hang on. Here's
The Last Stand. We're talking Last Stand?
They are referencing The Last Stand, yes. Unpopular opinion. I think X-Men Apocalypse is the worst superhero movie ever made.
Ooh.
Hands down.
Now, I haven't seen X-Men Apocalypse, but I that would have to be really, really, really fucking terrible in order to get that kind of title from me.
It is
not that bad. I mean, it's very, very bad. Actually, it's not even very, very... Fuck you, Jeff. You were all about it when you saw it too.
No, I was not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, you were.
Me personally, I think the 1990 Captain America, where the Red Skull is Italian, I think that one's it's pretty bad.
I fucking forgot about that.
Oh,
okay. So I'll give you as comparison why I think it is the worst. Catwoman with Halle Berry, it's worse. Yeah. It's worse than that. X-Men Last Stand, it's worse than that. It's worse than Suicide Squad. It is 100%.
He's trying to sucker all of you into the notion that because there were fewer titties, which is an established metric, fine, but I'm the same.
See, the thing is, X-Men Last Stand was bad. It was a bad movie. It was terrible. Mm-hmm. It was a shitty movie.
It really was, yeah.
But it was also an entirely forgettable, boring, stupid movie, and I just don't give a shit about it. I just don't give a shit. But X-Men Apocalypse was so singularly fucking mind-numbingly torturous. I could not fucking wrap my head around how much I hate every single fucking scene in it, except for one. Like, the Quicksilver shows up and he has a Quicksilver scene. Okay, cool. It's fine. And it was interesting. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was like, eh. The rest of it was an absolute screaming fucking migraine of a nightmare. It was an abortion of a fucking movie.
I thought watching Wolverine consistently have to explain himself was fun.
In what?
He wasn't in that movie, right?
He wasn't in X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh no, sorry. I was thinking Days of Future Past. It's so easy to get them mixed up. Yeah, no, he was actually in Days of Future Past though.
Yeah, for a brief minute.
Yeah. And you know what he managed to do?
He's told him to fuck off.
No. He managed to forget about the film that he was in and run away.
He wasn't. No, he was. Actually, Wolverine was in X-Men Apocalypse. That's right. He was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he gets freed from a cage, and then he looks at the main characters and he says, "Wait, what's this plot line? Nope, I'm gonna run off into the wilderness now in the middle of the winter."
Somebody was saying Superman 4.
Was Nuclear Man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I said
that shit was good. That was good. It was a great movie.
This was my biggest complaint about Age of Apocalypse, though, being Apocalypse. I forgot which movie I was talking about while I was considering it. It's, Age of Apocalypse. I mean, yes, it's unfortunate that Apocalypse looks like he has an Instagram account in that film.
What was that character's name?
That's sad.
Well, let me ask you guys something that's kind of it's not really related to the comic books, but we were talking about Gamergate and Comicsgate. Yeah. What do you guys think about this Roseanne Gate? Roseanne, she's been on the Twitter a little too much. She's been saying
I didn't like that show back when I was a kid, and I'm not too keen to see it. But I mean, it came back. I didn't watch it. Now it's gone. I'm not inspired to watch it. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Here's how I see it. I've got very strong opinions about the whole Roseanne thing. Very, very strong.
Perfect. Great.
Yes, I have very strong opinions.
Oh shit!
Roseanne made a racist tweet. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck that she made a racist tweet, because I've been watching Roseanne tweet for like a few years now, and she's a fucking idiot and she's a psychopath. The weird conspiracy theory minded fucking dumb bitch. I don't give a fuck.
It's tequila in 35 years.
Okay, so all this shit, she tweeted this thing and it might be real. Yeah, of course, because she's fucking nuts. She's crazy. Like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. Don't care. They're canceling her show. I didn't watch it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if they cancel her show. Like, that is a choice that's going to be made by these people. Like ABC did not cancel her show because ABC is anti-racist. ABC canceled their show because of money and how it was going to reflect on them as a company. They're not going to do anything that threatens their bottom line.
They're owned by Disney.
I think ABC and Disney are great people. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but continue, Jeff. Sorry.
So the really strong feeling that I have about this is the thing that bothers the shit out of me. The one strong opinion that I have about it, and it is very strong. There is no reason that this happened. There is no reason whatsoever. Roseanne Barr has millions and millions of fucking dollars. She's already proven that she's an unstable dumb shit who can't stop spouting off the most random, inane fucking conspiracy theories all the fucking time. So, because she has millions of dollars, there is literally no fucking reason why she has not by now hired an army of fucking PR people. She has the money to do it, to literally sit there with her phone and be like, are you sure you want to tweet that? Are you sure? Nobody was there to be like, maybe this isn't a good idea. People hire these public relations managers all the fucking time. Why didn't she? It's her fault just for being so fucking short-sighted to thinking because I'm popular and I'm famous, so people want to hear my crazy shit. No, they don't. They want to hear the crazy shit that they're going to agree with. When you say the crazy shit that you believe that other people don't agree with, then they will hang you. They will crucify you. They will put you on the tree of fucking woe. And there's no reason that this happened except your own laziness not to hire people to make sure you don't fuck up. That's my.
But don't you think it's her moral responsibility to alert the masses about QAnon? No?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of fucking course it is. I fucking swear to God, what a fucking nightmare, man. There's just no reason for it. It shouldn't have happened.
At least we all have the Darlene spinoff to look forward to.
I might watch that. I might actually watch that.
I personally look forward to J.J. Abrams taking that over before it's finished production and turning it into a Cloverfield sequel. That would be wonderful.
It's about a modern family dealing with the troubles and tribulations of the
and tribulations of life in the Trump era. And holy shit, a monster! We just edited this in at the end, but it's fine. It's fine. It's a fucking monster now, and look at oh my God, she's got a boyfriend, and there's a monster. Yeah,
her boyfriend's non-binary, and he's got to dodge the monster's feet while he's driving back home.
Roseanne is the monster, so
Yeah, they'll be like, well, we own your fucking face now, hon. So you know what? Fine. We you want to take it to court? You want to take it to court, huh? Tequila. 50 years from now, you want to do that? Yeah, that's. So it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful to see how the Roseanne spinoffs slash episode 9 turn out.
I'm excited about it. Okay.
Let's stay excited then, and move on to the undersubbed of the week. This is all LowRes Wünderbred's fault, as we say in the industry.
Let me do 3 of these really super fast. I'll blast through them. Giovanna Liviana, the best decent character is Dr. Fate. He's a good character. Also, you don't have Nixon to kick around anymore. True. Cherry tosses a little bit of shekels. Thank you very much. Matt Cook, all superhero movies are bad. Death to the Death Shot. Here's to Jeff Sliver. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Mwah. I love you. All right, let's do Undersubbed. LowRes, I sent you a link in the chat of Skype.
Oh, yep. Fuck.
Do you get that?
Turn on that. Oh my! I'm totally not breaking fourth wall here.
Okay, and I got that open.
All right, sweet. See, you're more on point than Nick.
It's not like I wrote the show. Fuck's sake. You're more on point than the writer. Congratulations, you're a better golfer than a minor.
So our undersub this week is the Critical Unbeliever. So LowRes, what's special about the Critical Unbeliever?
Well, I had him on a stream last week, and he's an okay guy. These streams, I go back and forth about them. I'll do the YouTube Saints, of course, anything for you guys. But the streams generally, I'm not too into the streams. I tuned into a stream one time. It had Justin Wang on it. I don't even know whose stream it was. They were talking about circumcision for an hour and a half. It felt very repulsive, kind of gay.
Justin Wang's got a thing about penises. I'm telling tales out of school here, but he's Jeff. I mean, how many fucking late night fucking conversations about penises have we been?
And semen jars, but continue. Continue.
But to wrap things, just to bring it back home. So the Critical Unbeliever, he's a guy I've been subscribed to for a minute. He came on my stream last week, and I think he's an okay fella. So he's my undersubbed of the week.
Sweet. All right, this is titled "My Apology Video."
Yes. I've never seen this
video, but here we go. I need to apologize to you, the viewer. Everybody that subscribes. I made some statements in my most recent video that were false, possibly dangerous, fake news, Russian hack. So I regret what I've done. It was inappropriate. I shouldn't have said those things. I didn't think about it really. I was just, there were a lot of emotions, a lot of tensions. Things were getting a little crazy. I just kind of lost my head. Looking back on it, I feel like I can improve from this. This was something that I needed to go through so that I could show you guys the dangers of doing it yourself and why you shouldn't. I'm heartbroken by the outcome of my mistake, and my heart goes out to everybody that was impacted by it and negatively affected by the thing that I did, and more so the children that may have seen it, that may have been misled because of my blatant misinformation. I think people should know Jax didn't actually have metal arms in Mortal Kombat 2. He got them in...
Oh, I farted. Did you hear that?
He got his metal arms in Mortal Kombat 3. I misspoke, okay? I grew up with, Mortal Kombat friends, and they always thought it was cool. They said it was cool. They didn't think anything of it, but I guess I didn't think of, the greater impact. I wish I could take it back. I wish I could, but I can't. It's just, it's out there. It's said. I said it. Everybody knows now.
Coming in 3, 2.
Again, I'm sorry.
Hang on, wait for it.
Really not going away anytime soon.
It's okay. The reason why I'm so happy that we watched this video as a YouTuber who has had to publicly apologize before. That's great. That's fucking amazing. I wish I could have done that. I really
That's how you do an apology, Jeff. Yeah. You should have apologized for being a DC fanboy. Yeah.
I just have a bunch of farting women all throughout my apology.
Listen, I understand I've been a part of some Discord crowds, but the thing is that I recognize X-Men are far superior to the Justice League. I'm willing to accept... No, sorry. I'm sorry about that too.
I disavow.
He's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah. He is when he's I mean, oh, you mean the dude you recommended? Yeah, I was gonna say whoever farted on the DC stream.
I did. I checked out some other of his videos too. His videos are not all like that. They're actually really good. His videos are really good.
And it's nice too because he takes on the I'm making videos on a limited budget like a real YouTuber thing. And he's like, I'm going to make these videos work. Yeah. I almost want to say a Tim and Eric style, but that would be rude.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah, he takes on it. It's a nice mix. It's a nice mix of social commentary, politics, but more importantly, what's fun. So he'll look at video games.
I have a feeling like I've actually hung out with him in a stream before too. He looks really super familiar. Super familiar.
Quite possible.
Sure it's not a Greyhound bus stop?
Maybe.
Misremembering things.
Usually I only remember them from the waist down though, so let's just what the fuck did I just say?
It's like I think I met him in the Fallout 4 Wasteland one time. He seemed incomplete.
Swear to God.
So Roseanne, everybody. Roseanne said.
Yeah.
She's in Dutch.
Yep, she's in trouble. Rosie's in trouble.
Go and subscribe to this very sorry man.
Absolutely.
He's very sorry for everything he's done, which you should go and watch, and then everything he's going to do. And then you should demand an apology for.
That's right. Giovanna Liviana keeps saying that I skipped her Gamergate super chat. I don't think I did. Pretty sure I read that.
There was a Gamergate super chat.
Yeah, she said, do not disrespect Gamergate. Vivian James commands you to respect us. Yeah, I read that. I totally read that. You can't go and take a piss break after you do a super chat and be like, you missed my super chat. No, I didn't. Totally read it. Unless it was
I remember that. I was read twice. I think, honestly, it's a double dip right there.
Ooh, okay. Here's a pretty good one though. Before we move on to our cringe of the week, Anime Moon says Saints Tuesday Trauma Night. That would be interesting. Watching old Trauma movies. Are you a Trauma fan, LowRes?
I can't really get into the B movies too much. As far as like B movies go,
you make them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, not really. I don't mind the Toxic Avenger, but for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, Toxie was some classic shit right there.
I'll say this though: you're a younger man. Yeah.
Not that much younger. How old are you?
I'm 41 years young.
See?
You can't. Well, listen, no, I mean, granted, yes, we got the Unabomber here, live from prison. He's got privileges because he's a celebrity and shit, but all the same, yeah, he's a young man. I don't think you can really honestly appreciate the notion of so bad it's good without really understanding what a B movie is. Oh my god, snap. I'm keeping this in my Boomer collection. Yeah, but the bad movies is an art form.
Well, don't get me wrong. I like certain bad movies. I like Troll 2. Troll 2 is a classic.
Fuck yes.
Anything by Neil Breen. You know, he's kind of like the hipster version of Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is Neil Breen, neither Neil Breen or Tommy Wiseau was the kind of shit you were like 12 years old and you're like, holy shit, well, how did this movie get made?
Well, that's the Ewoks movie. So
if you're a big fan of like Neil Breen, man, you ever heard of Bradley Crienzo?
No, I haven't.
I'm fucking red pilling everybody on Bradley Crienzo as much as I possibly can. This dude.
Do we have a clip we can show?
Yeah. I'm pulling
Let's
it up
show
right
a clip, and then we'll feature the cringe of the week after that, and people will be like, "Wow, that was really improv."
Right. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I got it. This shit's amazing. Fucking incredible. Bradley Crienzo is a fucking genius. He's right up there with Neil Breen. Right up there. And like, nobody knows about this dude either. Nobody fucking knows about this guy. This acting reel video that we're about to look at has 228 views. That's fucking it, right? So check this out.
Ooh.
Mine has more.
This
kind of looks like Pete Holmes.
A little bit, doesn't he?
God.
Let's see how you like
Marilyn Manson.
Egotistical bitch.
Okay, let me crank this fucking sound
People
up.
like you are a cancer on society. You think you own every goddamn thing and everyone, but you don't own me, Nina. And it's time that somebody taught you a lesson in respect and decency.
I'm about ready to
You
ransom
took
my
advantage
hair
of
off.
me and assaulted my pride. My life is ruined because of you, you evil bitch! Your days of torturing me are over. Now, it's my turn. Running won't do you any good, Nina. You can't escape me.
You can't escape, Nina.
I have the keys.
He's coming. He's got the keys, Nina.
Wherever you are.
Okay. Yes.
He's so bad at tackling.
You haven't got the guts to pull that trigger.
Who the hell were
So he also does this one. It's pretty amazing. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I made a bunch of people watch some of his short films. They're all most of his short films.
I made a bunch of people.
A bunch of his short
I
films
forced them.
are on his YouTube channel. You can go watch all of them. He's got this thing that he is perpetually stuck in the 80s. So like when the credits roll, like these videos that are shot and they're the timeline, they're being shot in the 80s. Like that's the timeline the whole thing's taking place in. In the wardrobe department, I think at one point he was like, wardrobe courtesy of Bradley's 80s closet.
This guy is fantastic. Here, for everybody in the chat right now, just go comment on his video, LowRes Bradley Collab 2018. I need this guy in the next LowRes short film. Whatever I do.
Oh, more than that, actually.
Yeah.
LowRes, we're gonna. I think we need to give you a very special position within our Discord.
Ooh.
And our Discord is it's a bit of a strange animal. It was the sort of thing in which, well, when raids happen, you feel sorry for those raiding. But I think we need a film connoisseur. We need someone to guide the rabbit room. Someone who can go in there and force a whole bunch of people to watch old films that you know are beyond compare.
Every screen
Are you
that
willing? Will you accept this honor?
I mean, I'm kind of hesitant to join any Discords, to be honest. I mean, we've seen all kinds of things happen, but I mean, how can I refuse such an offer? Of course, I'm in on this.
You heard it here.
Beware sketchy Discords for sure.
By virtue of joining a Discord, yes, LowRes Wünderbred is now a doxer, but beyond. But yeah,
You know
no,
what?
I will
You know
actually.
what,
No,
Nick?
I'm
Nick,
gonna
we're
fucking.
getting a divorce. We're getting a fucking divorce now.
No, we're not. Yeah, you're. Oh wait, you're in the wrong camera, so you're just sitting off, and yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine because what I just did, I press ganged this innocent young man.
This. Every time I click through this acting reel and I pause on one, like the best.
Yeah. No, so yeah, this is what the Discord could be.
That's what
come on in.
That's what a sheriff
LowRes
looks
Wünderbred
like.
is now the press ganged film slave.
I'm up for it. What can I say?
You have no idea what you just agreed to, but it'll be great. Let's roll some of this footage.
Oh God.
Handles some Bible thumping maniac, even if it was him who did kill those girls.
Don't be so stupid, Sheriff. You found the Bible pages. You
Move
know
off,
it's.
Landers.
I've tried to warn you repeatedly. Wherever Fry goes, death follows. One time, Fry was normal.
I can't.
He was a reverend. Had his own.
What
church.
the fuck? Who the fuck is that?
The fucking face.
Oh my! She looks like an angry cashier. And he's like, haha, you can't escape my clutches.
I'm so happy right now. I swear to God. It's too good. It's too good. Yeah, no, Bradley Cranston, you should check that dude out. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's a fucking wizard, man, for sure.
You just overshadowed the undersubbed of the week with a cringe channel.
I didn't mean to.
No, it was kind of magical. Like you know, it's
I like
organic.
I like passion projects. So that's one of the reasons why I like things like
I saw
Neil Breen.
Yeah.
Why Neil Breen is so good. The reason why Neil Breen is so good is not because necessarily that like what he makes is so cringy and it's so bad.
This is how seriously he takes it.
Because it is something that is so incredibly important to him that it takes a whole nother fucking level. A whole nother level.
Yeah.
No.
Like say what you want about Neil Breen. Obviously his movies are they're great for not the reasons he intended.
Right.
But the amount of work that goes into doing like a 90-minute feature, and he's doing like he's doing everything. He's holding the booms. He's got the lights going.
Oh,
he's the star.
I know you have seen
he does
his
everything.
credit reel. It's Neil Breen all the way through.
Yeah.
Yep. So
he works
you gotta
hard.
respect that on some level, you know.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, no, he's a you gotta have respect for people who like put their all into something, even if it's fucking bad, you know.
Absolutely.
And the fact that he created the shit that he did, which is, I mean, like Birdemic it took itself too seriously. He figured out like, no, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time because it worked.
Okay, so we're gonna do our cringe of the week, and our cringe of the week this week is an article that I'm actually trying to get fucking.
I thought that was the cringe of the week. Oh boy.
Oh no. This is way worse. This is super way worse. This is like this is vomit inducing.
I don't even
bad.
actually have it because
Oh, you don't? So I'm gonna take care of this. Okay, it's fine. All right. So our cringe of the week is an article that comes to us courtesy of the Independent. The title of this is Solo, a Star Wars story. It shows us the hero all feminist men have been waiting for.
Written by Jonathan McIntosh.
No, Damien Walter. It's scary to chart your own destiny instead of buying into old-fashioned stereotypes, and not all men are up to the challenge. We have to free half the human race, the women, so that they can help to free the other half, wrote the suffragette leader Emmeline Pankhurst. But over a century later, many men still don't realize that the revolution of feminism was fought as much for their freedom as for anybody's. Instead, they seem to want the bad old days of patriarchy back. Hollywood keeps telling these men the same old story that they adore. Middle-aged guy, divorced from his family, rediscovers his purpose in life by rescuing his daughter, wife, sister, other vulnerable female stereotype from evil, and it actually has 3 E's, evil terrorists. It's every action movie from Bruce Willis in Die Hard to Liam Neeson in Taken. But even though most men's very particular set of skills is more along the lines of coding JavaScript or scheduling a badass middle management meeting than assassinating bad guys, we still love the fantasy. One day we'll get to fulfill the role of heroic warrior for our family and tribe, the narrative goes. One day we will be needed again. In the midst of all this, it's good to see a different kind of masculine archetype return to the screen in Solo, a Star Wars story, a film which is primarily about a man learning to embrace his own freedom. As the first Star Wars movie of the Disney era not to feature a female protagonist in a franchise that has so much to say about freedom, there's an implicit expectation that Solo should have something to say about male liberation.
Yep.
Very, very
And
big
so,
towel of them.
So as we get into this article here, I want everyone to let it sink in that this person, this isn't HuffPo or Salon. This is independent.
This is the Independent, yeah.
Yeah. Han Solo is the male feminist you've been dreaming of.
Apparently. Han Solo was a character we all really fell in love with in the original Star Wars, not just because of Harrison Ford's natural charisma. Luke Skywalker is apparently a one-dimensional cipher driven by destiny and the selective truth-telling of Obi Wan Kenobi along his hero's journey. But Han is a free human being. When he flies a Millennium Falcon in to rescue Luke, he is a hero not by fate but by choice. Han's life as a smuggler mirrors his primary character traits. He is the epitome of the free man. He lives outside of rules and hierarchies, and however hard they try, the evil empire can't catch him. Even when Jabba gets hold of it. This is this is a nightmare.
Yeah, this article is horseshit, and the reason it is the cringe of the week is because honestly, the lowest performing, at least initially, Star Wars movie, it's a fucking pinnacle of feminist ire right now, and this is the real cringe of the week because also we've learned that Lando Calrissian is supposedly pansexual. Huh?
Hell yeah.
Yep, and we've got this feminist robot who's wonderful right up until Anita Sarkeesian notices that it's killed off apparently right away. Oh, shit. Spoiler alert. Spoiler for Solo movie.
Did you even
spoiler.
know?
The robot dies.
I've heard that robot is actually mocking of feminism.
I heard that too.
Oh, my God.
I
my
heard that
God,
too.
it's almost like this is it's just some labyrinthine thing that just keeps folding on top of itself on its own. Wow. Holy shit.
Here's the thing that I have a problem with though. Like, regardless of whether or not the robot is supposed to be like a good example of feminism or it's a parody of feminism, why is the robot female? It's a robot.
That's a good point.
Okay, in the age of incels and Jordan Peterson being a goddamn like life coach guru here, why is it that we see articles from the Independent here asking if Han Solo is not the ideal male feminist?
Okay.
It's almost like the male feminist is begging to be shown daddy so that he can learn to clean his room, and when he cleans his room he knows how to catch lobsters, and the Jabberwocky can no longer bother him at that point. But all the same, this is what we've come to. I mean, the lowest performing Star Wars movie of all time. Modern time.
Well, hold on a second. Now, there was a Clone Wars animated movie in 2009, 10, 11, 12, I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Did it go in the theaters?
Oh, yeah. I was there. I snuck into it after Hamlet 2.
How was it compared to Solo? And how many feminists did you find there championing something that they found to be an afterthought that they could fill click space with? And holy shit, Solo, like the Disney Star Wars franchise movie, like, hey, I wonder how it ends. Oh, wait, I already saw his son murder him on a fucking balcony. That kind of thing. When you're going from that and you're like, hey, he's the feminist, male feminist hero we desire. You know what happened? He's got a kid. He fucked Carrie Fisher at a certain point, and he didn't need to trick her while he was married to somebody else, Joss Whedon. All I'm saying is this is the cringe of the week because they have, once again, the people who want to make an issue of something have taken the latest big thing that no one gives a fuck about, and turn it into this.
I gotta read something real quick.
Was that a droid? What was that?
I gotta read something real quick.
You heard that?
This is from the actual article. Were Kylo Ren real and alive today, you would strongly suspect he would be one of those enraged, hysterical followers of Jordan Peterson's morose YouTube ramblings about reclaiming masculinity in the alt-right. At least Snoke is a charismatic villain to take as a master. What do these young men see in the depressed pallor of Peterson? What the fuck? What the shit?
That's an interesting observation. I think Mumkey Jones should have played Han Solo. Personally, I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mumkey would have been way better.
Oh yeah.
Probably wouldn't have needed as many acting coaches either. But yeah, this is I mean, if you can't see the cringe in this thing, I mean, we've gone beyond parody. Take oh my God, Rey is such a great feminist icon. No one's saying that anymore. You know why? Character sucks.
This article,
but there's still.
This article is a thinly veiled shitting on Jordan Peterson using Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's what the whole thing is.
And then what's the author's name?
Damien something.
Damien. Listen, Damien as one writer.
Damien Walter.
To another. Yeah. Damien Walter, if you want to shit on Jordan Peterson, plenty easy ways to do that. You don't even need to shit on him. You can just contest him. Holy shit. Check out my Twitter. You'll see me doing that better than you did this. Trying to pretend that the most machoistic, braggadocious Star Wars character in fucking history is a male feminist, you sad fucking cunt. I'm sorry, did I have a Samantha Bee moment there?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Whoa, hey, buddy.
Oh, God.
Your sponsors are about to get pulled.
Yeah, Damien, I on behalf of all of our sponsors, including Squatty Potty and, your employer, I would love to apologize to you. I'm sorry, you're such a cunt. Fuck, I did it again. Jeff, do we have a show left to do or what?
Yes, we do still have a little bit more of a show left to do.
Well, get through the show. Otherwise, I'm going to call Damien here a feckless cunt for being a shitty journalist who really ought to be doing live journal blogs.
I just like watching you squirm sometimes. It's kind of nice.
It's fine. I'm okay. I mean, Damien, what's his name? What's his last name again?
Walter.
Why are you doxing Damien Walter?
Because I can't be stopped. I dox everybody, man. I'm the leader of Antifa.
Fucking holiday. All of a sudden, this innocent journalist who wrote a shitty article and doesn't know anything about Star Wars, but apparently just wanted to wank off to his own male feminism and hope that Han Solo would bang him in the ass one time. Apparently, is a feckless cunt.
All right. Anyway. All right. Yeah. I don't know. My whole thing is like I'm not a big Jordan Peterson fan. I don't actually really like the guy.
But how do you feel about Han Solo?
I don't really like the guy. I don't really like him either.
So, do you think they're like similar?
I don't like anybody. I'm having to come to terms with the fact.
Is Jordan Peterson the MRA incel Han Solo?
I think he's more like Obi Wan Kenobi. Personally, I don't know. Roseanne's great though.
I think he's like an angry Mr. Rogers myself.
You know, I will give you the Obi Wan Jordan Peterson one. Like, I would agree with you on that. He seems like a very wise, sage-like dude who will lie his ass off about your daddy just so you pay attention to what he's talking about.
Sure. Also kind of seems like a guy who needs to get laid more often. But let's move on to the end of the show, shall we?
I guess so. All right.
Wait,
fine.
Jeff.
Yep. All right. So, all we got left is Sergeant Buck. Donated, said, some of you are all right. Don't go to Jedi school tomorrow. Kylo Ren 2015. You know what? That's pretty spicy.
I like it.
That's pretty spicy.
Some of you got some force powers. Don't go to the temple tomorrow.
Whew. Spicy. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the YouTube Saints. We're pretty much done for the rest of the night. Our guest tonight has been LowRes Wünderbred, fucking phenomenal YouTuber. We took a fucking while for us to get you on here, but thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for the invite. It was great, being on here and shooting the breeze with you two fellas. So
yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And our undersubbed of the week was the Critical Unbeliever. We didn't show a very good example of like the really cool shit that he does do on his channel. I really love that fucking video because I've had to apologize on the internet before, and he's now my personal fucking hero. So yes, more farting ladies on YouTube, please, because anything's better than blood sports. But that being the case, I'm Jeff Holiday. That's Wizard of Cause. He's over there.
Yeah, sometimes.
More or less,
This was a well-written show, but if it wasn't, it was Jeff's fault. Good night.
That's right. Hey, check us out every single Sunday, no matter what, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Go fucking subscribe to LowRes Wünderbred already. I mean, he makes better videos than either of us do.
No, he actually, like, legit.
Actually makes better videos.
This fucking guy makes better videos than me or Nick. So go watch his shit. Seriously. And also, if you guys are interested, go to twitch.tv/Caligator, CALIGATOR, and that's the after show. But I think we're otherwise. Do you wanna say goodnight to everybody?
You hoodie fucking.
Unibomber.
Okay. Good night, and incest is bad.